What's up, everybody? It's Jordan Robinson again for another women's basketball stream. It's another week full of hoops. And this week, we are talking about unrivaled one-on-ones. And I'm going to build my perfect unrivaled one-on-one player. We'll get to that in a second, though, because if you guys haven't been watching these one-on-ones, go back, log into your HBO Max and rewatch them because they have been everything and more. This was my favorite part of Unrivaled last year, and it was somehow even better than last year. There were so many upsets. There were so many tight, close games. And then there were blowouts as well. Paige Bueckers did what she needed to do against Kate Martin. This Shakira Austin, Dearica Hamby battle, she talked about it. They both have so many counter moves, so they were exhausted. Jackie Young did her thing, but we have to shout out James for holding her own there against Jackie. She blocked her twice on the defensive end. So there were so many upsets and a couple that I wanted to call out that I did not have on my bingo card because, yeah, we were talking about a couple weeks ago of who would win over what matchups. Ray Burrell over Ryan Howard. Okay, I did not see that coming at all. That's no offense to Ray, but Ryan Howard is a bucket getter, but it was not Rye time last night. It wasn't. So Ray Burrell did what she needed to do and took care of business. I loved a little tidbit that the broadcasting team said about Ray Burrell. They were saying that she is tired of people talking about her having potential. Ray could have potential. She could potentially be a good player. She's like, no, I'm a good player now. And going out there and winning and upsetting Ryan Howard in that first round of one-on-ones says exactly that. So I was really happy for her. The one matchup that I think everyone is talking about today, Veronica Burton over Courtney Williams. There's so many thoughts about this. One, I'm really happy it happened to Courtney Williams because she can laugh at herself and she can, it was all being live streamed. It was on live TV as well. But for the stud buds, it was being live streamed. And she still was like, yeah, I don't know what to say. Didn't even get a chance. Veronica Burton beat her in 1 minute and 23 seconds. Courtney didn't get a shot up. Zeros across the board in her stat line. Didn't even get a shot attempt. That is how you are supposed to do this one-on-one. Go out there, do your work. Another thing, people were exhausted. I don't know what type of shape you are in if you are watching this, but I can guarantee you it is not good enough shape to play one-on-one against the top women's basketball athletes in the world. Paige Bueckers, tired, like really tired as she was going against Kate Martin. She said she was going to shoot jumpers. She ended up driving the whole time. It takes so much energy. You have to do a move, a counter move, get a rebound. It takes a lot of energy. So I'm glad the players were using the timeouts more this year. But I don't know about you. I'm excited for round 2 when we get into it. But today's topic is about me picking, creating my perfect, ideal one-on-one player. Okay, so we're gonna go kind of category by category, and I'm going to pick a person, their skill set to add to my overall ideal person. Okay, so right off the bat, we're going shot creation. I have Paige Bueckers here. Paige, what we saw, even just a glimpse from that round 1 last night, she can create her own shot. Any way, anywhere on the floor, from any distance. If you bite, I'm going to pull up. I'm going to have a counter move, a step through. The footwork is so elite. And this is somebody who is her teammate and Kate Martin with Unrivaled. They go at it in practice and she still didn't know what was coming. She has the 3, she has the midi, and she can finish at the rim. This is a 3-level scorer. So Paige Bueckers is really starting to separate herself as somebody with a elite bag. So yeah, 25 points a game so far in Unrivaled, over 55% from the field and almost 40% from three. She's killing it for the Breeze, and everything that Paige does off the on the court with her team, with the screen, with the ball in her hands. I love how she can create her shot. So that's who I have going with the young gun there in Paige Bueckers. Okay, next, agility. And I'm going to put speed in this, emphasizing speed here. My perfect player, it's got to be quick. Kelsey Mitchell. We know how fast Kelsey Mitchell is. We saw that at Ohio State when she was the all-time leader in NCAA scoring, by the way, until Kelsey Plum took her over and then Caitlin Clark took her over. But Kelsey Mitchell, I said it early when we talked about Unrivaled, she just needed to figure out this format, but one-on-one is definitely her format. It was a blur. Rachel Bannum didn't even know what hit her. It was like, okay, we're setting up for deep. Oh, she's already gone. She's already blown by me. It's just saw just a blurry vision in front of her. That's how fast Kelsey Mitchell is. And when you have something like this type of setup of one-on-one, right, where you check the ball up top, you check it on the wing, you can check it from any place on the court. But that first step, if you can't defend a first step, you're gone. She was getting layups. And then you're backing off because you're like, okay, she's about to blow by me. Then she could shoot the three. Like, it was textbook of using your talents with you. Kelsey Mitchell is phenomenal. And this is why, if you watch the Stud Buds live stream or if you've seen this clip, Courtney Williams was like, please don't put her in my bracket. Like, please don't. Kelsey Mitchell is that good of a player and constantly amongst her peers saying how she is criminally underrated. Like, people still don't talk about just how fast, just how good of a scorer she is, but she is that good. Okay, before I get to handles, let's go to the chat real quick. Yeah, Paige was gassed. She was breathing so hard. Roz Goldenwood, who does the sideline interviews, asked her just about the speed, the pace of the one-on-one matchups. And Paige was like, time out, I need a break. By the way, it's always so hard as somebody who is a sideline reporter. It's always so hard to come in and just put a microphone in someone's face right after they've done something incredibly tiring and super hard. I always think of like track athletes too. You just ran your fastest, your hardest, and now you have to talk in complete sentences. That is a sport on its own. But yes, Paige was really tired, but everybody was tired. Okay, let's go to handles. This was pretty easy, honestly. I knew who I was going to go with here. Chelsea MF Gray. Chelsea Gray. Handles, passing, any way you put it, you have to put the point guard in this category. What she can do with the ball, it's like it's on a string. She can go between her legs, behind the back. It's not incredibly fast. I think that's the other thing. That's what originally was like, okay, maybe this is an Arike Gumbawale. This could have been in this spot as well. But Chelsea, it's so controlled. She is going at her speed, at her pace, at all times, and there is nothing that you can do to steal the ball or disrupt what she's about to do. She is setting you up with an in and out move, with a crossover, with the behind the back to get to her counter, to get to the other side of the floor, to set up her teammates. So my one-on-one player needs to have elite handles because I think it's also a good thing to call out. Handles are incredibly important in one-on-one basketball. That feels like a no-brainer, but when you are watching these one-on-one matchups, and especially the post players, I thought Damalanga was going to struggle a lot more than what she did going up against Aaliyah Edwards because I'm like, from the half court line to the post, you got to be able to have handles to control the rock to get to where you need it to go. And the post players definitely struggle in that in the one-on-one setting. But even for the guards, you have to have a tight handle to you maximize your dribbles to get to exactly where you need it to go. It is a very short shot clock for this. They want it to go fast. You have to put up a shot quick. So if you're not just chucking it from as soon as you check the ball, you have to be able to have a handle and get to your spot. And I think Chelsea Gray does that so well because she can get to the rack, she can do a step back three, and she can do a pull up jumper as she crosses from right to left and pulling up for that shot. She is known for that. That's what she does. So even in a one-on-one setting, we know her passing is great. We know her assists are great. That's what makes her the point guard. But handles, yeah, as well. I got Chelsea Gray there. Okay, let's go to the chat really quick before we get to the shot blocker, which was a tough category for me to fill in. But I heard a lot of players saying Kelsey was one of the most difficult guards to defend, if not the most difficult. Absolutely. Let's go back to Kelsey Mitchell because I can talk about Kelsey Mitchell all day long. Kelsey Mitchell is, you said it, every player that I've talked to, that I've seen clips of when, are asked about who's underrated, who doesn't get talked about enough, and they say Kelsey Mitchell. And one of the words that they use to describe her when trying to guard her is slippery. Like she's slicing through screens. She's sliding through down screens. She's running to the other baseline. Like she is on the move. Very much like a Steph Curry. That's what NBA players say about Steph, right? It's so hard to guard him because he's constantly moving, trying to get the ball, trying to get the best open look, running off of screens. And I think Stephanie White at the Indiana Fever does an incredible job of putting her off the ball to get her good looks, to make sure she's getting it on the right side or the left side of the floor, the correct side of the floor, which is the left side of the floor because she's a lefty, and running those plays for her to make sure she gets the right looks. So yes, I am with you. Kelsey Mitchell is hard to guard. Now, imagine that she's hard to guard in 5-on-5 when you have help. Imagine 1-on-1. Yeah, it's impossible. Rachel Banham definitely saw that. Kelsey Mitchell is going up against Veronica Burton in the second round. That is going to be so good because Veronica Burton is a really good defender. But when you're on an island and it's 1-on-1, whew, it's tough. It is tough. Okay. Shot blocking is our next category for my most unstoppable one-on-one player. So this was a tricky one. I was kind of between two players, but I ended up going with, drumroll, Shakira Austin. Specifically, we are picking unrivaled players, and Shakira Austin has proven to be super dominant on the defensive end, especially against Dearica Hamby. She has been blocking shots. She's been on just a whole nother level, offensively and defensively this season in Unrivaled, especially with Rose. And now we got Angel Reese back on the Rose, by the way. Ooh, that's going to be a tough 1-2 punch to guard. But her shot blocking against Dearica Hamby was what got me excited about this one-on-one matchup in the first round with them. And what happened the very first possession? Dearica Hamby gets the ball and Shakira Austin blocks her shot, and it was immediate. And I was like, okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what we're going to do the whole time. Now, they both made it extremely difficult to score on each other just because of their type of play and their back to the basket, fadeaways, step throughs, counter to counter to counter. So that was an intriguing matchup. They were very evenly matched. But I want my one-on-one defender to be able to hunt the ball just like Shakira Austin does. She did it at Ole Miss. She did it at Maryland. She did it in Washington. And now she's doing it for the Rose in Unrivaled. So that's why I got Shakira Austin. A honorable mention that I had here was Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston on the defensive end. Excuse me. Aaliyah Boston on the defensive end has been a sight to see, especially just seeing her growth over these past couple years. I don't think we're too far away from her getting depoy mentions in the WNBA, but especially even in Unrivaled. I think she could be in those conversations. I'm so sad that we didn't get to see Aaliyah Boston and the Alyssa Thomas matchup in the one-on-ones. I don't know why Alyssa Thomas kind of withdrew her name, but yeah, I wanted to see that matchup so bad. Okay, we got two categories left in my most unstoppable one-on-one player. Make sure to stick around towards the end of the show because Aaliyah Edwards, she built her own one-on-one player. So we're going to react and listen to what she had to say. But next one is basketball IQ. Now I want to go to the chat because somebody maybe already guessed it. Now I'm wondering who your pick is for IQ. AT maybe with this emoji? You're right. You're right. I wanted to, Chelsea Gray is definitely one of those people when you just think of the point guard, but Alyssa Thomas is such a smart basketball player because she is a point forward. When you can play every position on the floor, you have to be the smartest person on the floor. Defensively, she knows how to pick your pocket. Then she's the engine driving at you, able to pick her angles perfectly to know where to get the best spots from. And she will drag the ball out of the air if she needs to. But also being able to average a triple double damn near during the season, you have to have the basketball brains. You have to be a nerd for the game to be able to know, okay, where to find my spots on the floor, where are the best spots to find my teammates to get assists. And then, yeah, I'm also going to get these rebounds and just start the break from any point of the floor. Alyssa Thomas is incredible. Again, I wish we got to see her in a one-on-one setting, but for her team, for Laces, that is why they're sitting at that top spot with her, Jackie Young, Brittany Sykes. They have been a team to keep an eye out for. And Alyssa Thomas has been in those conversations of WNBA MVPs. I mean, I want her to get an MVP. I want her to get a championship so bad because it's going to be so wild when we look back on basketball history and think of just the numbers that she was putting up and to say, yeah, she didn't get an MVP, she didn't get a championship. That would be crazy. So, basketball IQ is Alyssa Thomas for me. Going to the chat, IQ should go to Veronica Burton. The way she skunked to court gotta be considered. You're right. You're right. It was very smart basketball. Skunked Courtney Williams is crazy because that's exactly what she did. Like I said, a minute and 23 seconds. Ooh. But it was very much a methodical game plan to your point about having high basketball IQ. She was like, okay, I can use my strength, I can use my speed. And she was just getting layups. She was driving on Courtney like I had never seen before, driving left, just like, yeah, whatever you give me, I'm going to go. And then using her height a little bit, her agility to be able to out rebound Courtney for those offensive rebounds too, giving her second chance shots. Didn't even get Courtney Williams a chance. So yeah, that was high basketball IQ for sure. But I gotta give it to Alyssa Thomas. Gotta give it to Alyssa Thomas there. I do think Aaliyah Boston's post defense is above Shakira right now in Unrivaled. Okay, that is totally fair. That's why I had to shout out Aaliyah Boston. I think she is doing amazing things. And in Unrivaled specifically, it has been so cool to see that growth. You can see the leap that she is making on both ends of the floor. On offense, her efficiency is through the roof. And that's what makes it super fun to watch her play the whole time. Last one in the chat. AT is always in the right spot. She knows how to make opponents uncomfortable on both sides of the ball. Yeah. When people like run out of the way when you are coming down the court on a fast break, it's that's when you know you're dominant. So thank you. I knew that was spot on. So far, this player is looking really, really solid. Really, really solid. But we're talking about defense, and we need a lockdown defender. So, even though this player is injured this season in Unrivaled, I have to go with Nafisa Collier. Nafisa Collier, why she got to and won the one-on-ones last year was yes, because she is an offensive menace and she was in MVP talks and she can score at any spot of the floor and she can score over so many people. But also, she can defend her tail off. And I think Fee is so good at being able to stay with guards. She has the quickness. She has the quickness to be able to catch up. If she does get blown by, then she can come and challenge it at the rim. Then she knows how to guard bigs super well. And especially in that 4 or 5 position, her position, she has taken the cake with how to defend that. Now, of course, we know Asia Wilson is the depoy and multi-time winner, but we're talking about unrivaled players. And Fee is one of the best defenders, hands down, in the W and in Unrivaled. I am so sad that we don't get to see her play because she is injured. She had surgeries on both of her ankles, but it was so great to be able to put together this perfect player, and you had to have it full circle. You had to have offense, you had to have defense, and that's why I go with Queen Fee for the lockdown defender. Okay? This is my player, my perfect player with all these spots filled in. Now, let's see who Aaliyah Edwards had. Bleacher Report sat down with her before the one-on-one tournament in Unrivaled to have her build her one-on-one player. So let's see what she did.
We're going to build the unstoppable, unrivaled player for 1v1. Shot creation. I'm going to have to give it to my teammate, Money Mabry, of course. Agility. I'm going to say Kelsey Mitchell. I feel like she's one of the shifty guards, mind you, never been crossed. Handles, I'll probably say point guard. Shot blocking, I'm gonna give it to my girl Kira. She's a really great rim protector.
Wait,
Don't love when she tries to
on.
block my shots. Basketball IQ, I'll give that to Paige. She has impeccable IQ, court vision, A1. Lockdown ability. You know what? I'm gonna change the category and just say dog, and that's gonna be me.
That was perfect. Okay, first of all, we had a lot of similarities, a lot of overlapping categories. Agility, we had Kelsey Mitchell. Handles, we had Chelsea Gray. And shot blocking, we had Kira in there. I love what she said about basketball IQ. Paige Bueckers could totally fit in that because if you are creating shots, you need to know what spots are the best to go to and elaborate on the floor. So love that with Paige Bueckers. Marina Mabry, you guys, that was one of the other big upsets. Marina Mabry gets upset by Sonia Citron pretty handedly too. And I was shocked. I thought 47-point Marina Mabry, she's averaging the most in Unrivaled. I thought she was going to go a little further, but Sonia Citron said, no, 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 no. Your road stops here. So that was shocking. I think I would have put her at shot creation if she didn't get upset last night. But okay. Me and Leah Edwards, we definitely had our same list. Just to recap my list, my perfect unstoppable one-on-one player. Shot creation, I have Paige Bueckers, 3-level scorer. She can do no wrong on the basketball court, especially on the offensive end. So I want my player to have her bag to be able to create shots. Agility, I think of speed. You have to put Kelsey Mitchell here. She is a blur in the one-on-one setting, and she can get that shot if she wants, but you have to respect the speed. So that's why I go Kels. Handles, you got to go with the point guard, Chelsea Gray. It is what it is. She has the ball on a string. Yes, she can pass really well, but having the handles tight allows her to create shots and create shots for others. Shot blocking, I have Shakira Austin, what she's been able to do defensively against Dearica Hamby, and so far in Unrivaled, I need my player to have that. Just a ball hawk to go and pursue the basketball. Basketball IQ, Alyssa Thomas, averaging a triple double. What she does on the floor night in and night out in the W and in Unrivaled, you have to know that that is all brains there. So I want my player to have the basketball mind of AT. Then lockdown defensively, even though she is out this season with Unrivaled, Nafisa Collier, her length, her speed to be able to keep up with guards, and her shot blocking ability. I love watching Nafisa Collier play defense. Her effort is always there through the roof, and that's why you have to have a lockdown defender like Fee if you're going to make your most unstoppable one-on-one player. All right, guys. I'm very curious what you think of my list of what my player, if this player existed, whew, just tens across the board. They would sweep every award category. I wish I had all of those players' skills in those categories, but this was so fun. Make sure that you guys keep watching the Unrivaled one-on-one tournament. It has been a blast, and I know we are going to crown a champion by Saturday. So maybe next week on the stream, we can recap of who won and what that looked like. But yeah, this was really great. Real quick, Green Thumb, Aaliyah is funny. I like your player makeup better, but would name Angel the lockdown defender. Yeah, that's a good one. Angel Reese is back and Unrivaled, you guys. I am so excited. I'm so excited to see her play defense and rebound. And Rose needs her. At first, I was like, okay, Rose is running away with this at the beginning of the season. Are they even missing Angel? And now, yeah, they need her, and that's going to really make them a contender to go back to back. So make sure you guys keep watching Unrivaled and come back here next week and hang out for our next topic. I'll see you then.